Good morning, folks. It's an exciting Tuesday here on planet Earth. We are looking at the daily chart of gold, and I would call the current action a high consolidation prior to a breakout to test the previous high around, 1867, 1868, somewhere in there. You can see that we've already done our first test on 1850 this morning, pulled back a little bit, gathering energy just below the upper median line of this shift pitchfork. So gold is looking really good this morning. MACD in bull mode, suggesting primary trend is upwards on a buy signal, energy very elevated. So gold's just looking fine, folks. Silver, let me start with the pink line. So these pink lines, if you're into Elliott wave theory, Elliott wave talks about price movements in 3-wave and 5-wave patterns. And so what I'm suggesting here with the pink thick lines on this daily chart of silver is a potential 5-wave movement, and the 5th wave is yet to come. And in the commodities, the trend for Elliott waves is that the 5th wave is the extended or longer wave. And so anyway, based on Elliott wave, and this is a Fibonacci extension tool, we might expect that the 5th wave of this price movement will take silver up to test at least 25.50, which is this prior high, and potentially all the way up to 26.60 up at that level. Now let me clean up some of these lines so we can get a better look at the price action without these distractions. I bought junk silver yesterday, and I paid, what did I pay? $29.85 an ounce for junk silver. I got quarters and halves, and that is about a $6.15 premium over spot. And, if you're paying attention to silver, you're saying, oh my God, that's a huge premium. Folks, my view of physical silver is its cost is whatever it takes you to walk out the door that day with physical silver in your hot little hands. I don't care about the price. You're going to ship it to me and I receive it 6 weeks from now, or I hope I receive it 6 weeks from now. I'm not interested in that price. I want to know what's the price today. I can see it right there in your counter. What's it going to cost me to walk out your door with that stuff in my hands? I don't get too concerned about premium based on what this particular coin dealer had available yesterday. Junk was what I chose. He had 100-ounce bars and kilo bars. So 100-ounce bars, kilo bars, or junk. Between those three choices, I chose junk. He also had U.S. Eagles at 11 over spot. So if for some reason you thought you had to invest in U.S. government mint silver 1-ounce coins, you'd be paying almost $11 over spot. And to me, that doesn't make any sense. If I can buy junk at $6 over spot, I'm certainly not interested in paying 11 over spot for U.S. coins. Oh, silver. So anyway, big impulsive price movement, pullback. You can see here, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. And so that would be the 5-wave Elliott wave structure. We can see here, looking at MACD, that here is the level of overboughtness that stopped price on this last rally. And we can see that currently MACD is not at that level of overboughtness. I mean, it is showing some weakness, histogram rolling over, indicator lines rolling over, but we should remain aware that MACD is not at the level of overboughtness yet that stopped the previous rally. So anyway, my bullish bias, I'm still expecting another leg higher in silver. Let's keep rolling. These are the stocks, mining stocks. My proxy for the mining stocks, GDXJ, it's the Junior Miners ETF. Big impulsive movement. What was that? Midweek last week, super duper volume. That was a 7% update. A little bit muddled action, a lot of selling based on volume in the last couple of sessions. Today, we're kind of hanging out, waiting to see what's going to happen. The dollar is showing some strength this morning, breaking potentially back up into this range, which it lost a week or so ago. So, and pushing back up above the 50-day moving average, potentially. MACD giving us a new buy signal, still in bear mode, but barely. Energy elevated and rising. Interest rates been kind of bumping sideways this week so far. MACD rolling over from a very overbought level. Looks like we may have you could call that a new MACD sell signal in the note at this point. Energy declining. We'd also have to note that, interest rates have made a big move in the last, 2 weeks. And so some kind of pullback correction is not terribly surprising. Bitcoin, a lot of activity in the crypto world in the last few sessions. That was 10+% down. This was another 10+% down. Anybody that bought the ETF had to be hating life. Basically, in 3 months, they lost half their money. And unfortunately, the way human psychology works, you bought in at, 65,000. You didn't sell down here at 51,000 because it's going to come back. And you didn't sell down here at 42,000 because it's going to come back. Yeah, and unfortunately, you finally sold out. That's this big volume down here. This is a capitulation, selling. Finally sold out down here at 35,000 and lost half your money in 3 months. And so, people want to talk about crypto millionaires and billionaires. How many million investors, quote unquote investors, just lost half their money in 3 months trying to play the Bitcoin ETF? Let's keep rolling. Equities this morning, clearly big move to the downside yesterday. Plunge protection team came in with a massive stick save. Markets were bloody before that reversal. Lots of buying in the futures that caused that reversal. Markets have continued lower this morning. We can see currently a little bit of a bounce off this support level. Let's back up a little bit. We can see our action yesterday plunged all the way down to this support resistance level before bouncing. Today, we're bouncing off this support resistance level. So MACD, hard down, sell signal, bear mode, energy rising slightly. So not very exciting to be an equity bull this morning. Let's see, in the Dow, similar kind of story. Big plunge lower, bounce just above a horizontal support resistance level. This morning we've got, and a big ass stick save yesterday brought us back. So the close was above, not only was the close above the prior low, it was positive for the day. So it was up 0.29% on the day. So massive buying by the plunge protection team. And of course, they're smart guys. They don't have to buy the whole market. All they have to do is go in and run the shorts. And so they go into the name stocks and they run the shorts, and the short sellers have to cover, and we get a big rally, and that brings in momentum buyers and et cetera. And so anyway, not hard to manipulate the equity markets when you have a printing press. This is the Nasdaq in the daily time frame, and we've been tracking this. This market is clearly in a downtrend with a series of lower lows and lower highs. Yesterday, big stick save at a support level. Today, just kind of sideways, hanging out, see what's going to happen. MACD in hard bear mode on a sell signal. Energy rising a little bit this morning. I'm just going to run a quick look at what am I following. And again, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, folks. So just some of the stuff that I'm watching. Food supply chain issues. If you like to eat which I have to confess, I like to eat 2 or 3 times a day. One of my focuses right now is on food security. And I know that's not very exciting. You're looking for, how do I double my money in the next week? Well, I don't have that answer for you, but you might give some thought to food security and activity going on in Belarus. You might pay attention to, and the Ukraine again. NATO's trying to get stirred up over Russia's activities. Russia's holding military drill. Europe is not going to get involved during the winter. They're dependent on Russia for natural gas. They like to be warm and cozy in their homes. They like to eat food too. They're not going to jeopardize their natural gas supply during the winter. So the European countries of NATO are not going to support any kind of Russian-Ukraine conflict. Just a quick run through. These are kind of the news that I'm following. And why would we care about Belarus, the Ukraine, or Kazakhstan? Well, isn't that interesting? All 3 of those countries are right on Russia's border. So I'm going to leave it with that, folks. Do your due diligence. Pay attention to world events right now. Talk to you soon.